Hey YouTube, I'm back again with another one, and this time the title is Religion Makes You Stupid. I believe that religion really does make you stupid, and I've believed this for some time, but I've always kind of kept this under my hat because I wasn't sure why. And I've been able to reflect on this and think about it a little bit, and I think I finally have an idea as to why religion makes you stupid. There are several causes for this, possibly. There is the whole thing about not being allowed to ask questions, blind acceptance of whatever you're told by the man wearing the big hat, ridiculous things that do not at all conform to reality that is found in an old book of ancient folk tales that you're told you must accept as being absolutely true. You're encouraged to turn your brain off. You're encouraged to accept things that common sense would tell you not to do. You're encouraged to not take blood. You're encouraged and die if you need a blood transfusion. If you're a Jehovah's Witness, for example, you're encouraged to commit acts of violence. You're encouraged to hate certain groups of people. You're encouraged to oppress women, but finally, we're getting away from that whole oppression of women thing here in this country, but it still very much exists elsewhere in the world. But what I want to focus on is why religion makes you stupid. There are people with educations who are, by all accounts, intelligent folks. They have a semi-good head on their shoulders, and they can logically talk about a good number of things. However, all these people have this infection of faith, this mind crime, this virus in their brain called faith, and it's an area that they use to filter the rest of the world. If you have faith, that is the one area that you may not question. If you ever question that, it starts falling apart pretty fast and you get scared. And you start having all these old fear messages dredge up about how you're going to go to hell, about how you're going to suffer. If you're questioning anything, you can't deny the Holy Spirit. You can't any of these ridiculous things that there's no evidence for at all. And it's completely ludicrous. You start thinking about this, so you back away from it because it's a conditioned fear response. And very much like having a shock collar on a dog. If the dog starts acting up, you hit the little button that causes the buzzer to sound, and then you follow that immediately with a jolt. And eventually, you can stop him with just a little buzzer. He'll stop dead in his tracks because he doesn't want no more. He's afraid that other one's coming. This is what happens to you when you compartmentalize your mind for faith. I'm going to further go on and tell you that I think these folks put this wall up and they use it exclusively. Any data that comes in, anything about the world that they hear, they pass through this Jesus filter first. And if it doesn't cause any kind of conflict with the Jesus filter, then they allow normal cognition to take place. That's the beginning of becoming very stupid, because you begin to feel like the whole world is against you. In fact, you're told that the whole world is against you. You're fighting the world. It is you against the world. I swear this is the message that is out there. You must resist the ways of the world. And now it's you and your few friends against the world. And over the years of having the whole world against you and convincing yourself of this, you begin to get more and more radical. You begin to do crazy things like give up on your doctorate because you can't reconcile it with your faith anymore. You begin to do just ridiculous things like this and throw away all kinds of promise just to have faith. And it must be so nice to have that kind of faith, to absolutely say, I don't need to do any thinking that was necessary has already been done, and it's all in my little book. And lots of folks do this, but the advice isn't any good. And that's how it makes you stupid. And it's okay to hate, as long as you hate for Jesus, as long as you hate the right people. These folks are very upset with us because we don't toe their line. We don't do it their way. we are people that must be converted, and they are going to scream and rail at us until we go ahead and accept their Jesus, which I'm not going to do. I've had that, don't want any more, thank you. And critical thinking is something that's forbidden. Now let's talk about the other type of person who is stupid and proud of it. These are the people who I tend to get posting here a lot. They post one giant run-on sentence using only ellipsis for punctuation. They don't tend to have a very good grasp of the English language. They generally communicate in what is known as leet speak, otherwise known as a marker for hi, I'm a retard. They do not use complete sentences. They don't even type complete words. And somehow I'm supposed to decode this crap that they say. Doesn't come easy. Doesn't come easy at all. But I do stick through and I try to get that done. And I probably shouldn't, because all it does is give me a headache. English is not their first language, apparently, from the way that they butcher it. And they believe that the word fuck is a perfectly acceptable adjective for any time they need an adjective. It's kind of like the 80s airhead use of the word like. It was like, you know, like, so, like, yeah, like, yeah, like, you know, yeah, that kind of stuff. So there's not a whole lot of cognition going on here, but boy, they can scream at you about Jesus. They deny all terms and definitions, and anytime you attempt to present any evidence to these people, they throw it away, because remember, they've got this big Jesus filter that they've got to run everything through. And if you say anything that they even think disagrees with what's in their book, doesn't even have to, they just have to think it does, then they'll reject it, purely on the basis that they are scared and they're intellectually lazy and they don't want to learn anything about the world because they're afraid they will go to hell. And they don't understand why you do not respect that. They don't understand why you cannot respect that. Well, if it makes anybody feel any better, I for one understand why you cannot accept and respect that, because it is unacceptable and it does not deserve respect. That's pretty much all I got for tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back on here sometime later. Take it easy.